We're going to have our two mayoral candidates come up and answer a few questions. They will be given a brief opportunity to state why they're running for mayor, who they are, an intro, and then we'll get into the questions. On that list, we can go ahead and pull the chair over. Here you go. As we decided who would go first, we actually didn't draw straws or flip a coin, but we picked numbers. And Jack Boger, you're up.
Thank you. Hi, my name is Jackie Boger. I'm running for mayor of Vincennes. I'm 62 years old. I'm getting too old to be a police officer, and I wanted to serve the citizens of Vincennes, and this is my way to help serve the citizens. I didn't want to go just council at law or council in my precinct or district because I want to serve all the citizens of Vincennes, as I have the last 31 years as a police officer. I've done a good job as a police officer, and I think I could continue to carry that over into the mayor's office. I have good communication skills with people. I've worked out a lot of problems as being a police officer. I've always worked in public service my whole life, so I just have tried to take care of people.
Okay.
The big word that comes to my mind is service. And it didn't just start on council. It's one of those things that when you're inspired by somebody and somebody serves you, then you want to give that back. That's how I started. I wanted to be a teacher at first, and I wanted to give back to the community in that way. And then it kind of grew from that, not just a teacher, but then be a coach. And then from that aspect, you start looking around your neighborhood and you start trying to look at things that need to be improved. And one of the best ways to do that is to be on the council and have a voice there. And from that point, I ran for council. And I kind of moved my way up the council ladder and learned things from council. And at that point, you're still serving, but then you look at it and you're like, well, there's some other things that you can do throughout the city. And so then I switched from a district councilman and I ran at large. And I've been lucky enough to be the council president the last 4 years. And you still look at things that could be changed and things that could go from that and what you could do from the mayoral position and serving in that aspect. To me, the mayoral position, not a retirement gig, it is the job. It is the job of the city. It's a way to serve in a different way from those other areas. Teachers, that was an important position that I love and still love today. Coaching, it was very important to me. It's a very important part of who I am. Serving through church, that's extremely important. Being on this council has been one of the greatest blessings of my life. And being able to see changes through the 12 years that I've been on this council. I remember being elected at 26 and being, wow, this is a different world. And I taught government, and now it's like I'm in government, and those are two different worlds. And now to be able to get to this position where we were really excited, we had a majority on the council, and there's still a lot of things that we can't do, but to be able to do that, we have to have that lead position. And for me, that's what really inspired me to make this run. And like I said, for me, it's all about service. This is something that is important to my family, it's important to my schools, it's important to everything that we do as the city of Vincennes. So that is the big core reason why I'm running.
Okay. So I start with a few questions here. And, I had a couple questions here, one and two, that I am actually going to combine into one question. The first question was, why do you want to be mayor? And then what experiences do you have that leads you to believe you're up to this challenge? So Mr. Boger started, we're moved to Mr. Walters with that question. So why do you want to be mayor, and what experiences do you have that lead you to believe that you are up for the challenge? That question will be posed to Mr. Boger right after this.
So one of those big reasons why I wanted to run for mayor, I hit some of those earlier, but the key thing is the mayor gets to make those big decisions. As a council, we make a lot of big decisions too. We set ordinances, we make sure claims are paid, but as the mayor, you're kind of the guiding force, you're the captain of the ship. Now, you have to have the council on board with you to make sure that you can do those things, but you basically get to guide the ship where it's going. There's only so much that the council can do. So as mayor, you can kind of guide that. You can set priorities. You can do things a little bit differently. That is extremely important. You're the CEO of the city. You make those decisions. Hey, this is what we are going to do. This is where we are going. And that's extremely important. As a council, we make sure it's funded. Make sure that we can do those things. But as a mayor, you got to make the decision direction. is extremely important. Qualification, I know I don't talk about these a lot, but I've been on council now for 12 years. I know it sounds crazy, but I've been on council for 12 years. I've been on our budget committee most of those years, 11 out of the 12 years. I've been on a lot of boards as the president of the council, and I've been blessed to be the president of this council for the last 4 years. One of the things that's very unique is I have an experience with how government runs. You look at our mayors, they haven't had that experience. They have that relationship with the council that I haven't currently, and no intricacies with the departments, with the city run, with financing, all those things. And I truly have to have those experiences to learn each, every single year that I've been in council. There's always something to know and something to learn. I've been lucky enough that I've been able to learn as we've gone along. I've been able to make those relationships and build those relationships. That's specifically talking about what I've done in the city. But when it comes to my job outside of the city, communication is passion. And I do help with public relations when it comes to the corporation. And one thing that we are missing, yeah, we might have a website, we have an app. There might be some things that are on social media out of events, but we're telling our story daily. We're talking about, we're not praising everything happening in this. That's an aspect that we bring to the table. I don't think anybody else can. So when it comes to what I think I've got the ability to do, it comes to my experience in council, my experience in the schools.
Okay. Mr. Boger, question to you. Why mayor, and what experiences do you have to we're up for the challenge?
Well, this has been a life dream for me. As a young kid, I tell people I'm going to be one of these days, and 62 years old, and it's in my heart. It's time to run. It's time. Like I said, I was on the platform for 31 years. I know how to communicate with people in good situations and bad situations, and I believe that gives me the energy to do that, to deal with these people that are in. They need to be shown all the and everything. My job, our ambition, for to take care of the people. I run for the people. I'm not a politician. I'm just wants to take care of people, listen to their complaints, their issues, try to work with them, not against them, work things to where the city does run better. I'm not a dictator. I'm open to suggestions. I have a mind. I can work with anybody. I've been for a long time. I think I'm ready to time for me.
Okay, sir. So, Mr. Boger, you'll be next on this. What are your 3 priorities for the city?
My first priority is to the citizens to make sure that safety and taken care of. Work with, do what they've done, not what just a you want. I want with what he wants. The citizen. My second one, I think we need the infrastructure. Drive a police around all day, and I have down some streets. They do need repaired. We need to fix the work on the infrastructure to bring people back here. Because people drive these roads and they don't want to live in this. Infrastructure is important. And economic development. We need some business in here that are good paying jobs for people to where they stay in business. My are moving out just like everybody else's. When they have to go, they're going where the they're going to support families. Those are my.
Okay. Mr. Schultz, same question.
When it comes to 3 priorities, obviously we all have more than 3. You look at the time and things here, daily. Does come infrastructure. When I say infrastructure, roads, sidewalks, I'm not signage in there as well because we have issues when it comes to signage. We have a lot of roads that need tender level. We've got sidewalks that are a trap. I think that's the way to put it. Some areas that don't have sidewalks in the community, we need those. We've had a lot of meetings, and that's one of people really, we're all by roads and sidewalks. I think the analogy that I use, think of the structure of the road sidewalks like your circulatory system. If it's locked up, it's damaged, you're not around well. You're not able to function like you should be. And that's the thing that goes with the city. You have easy access to businesses, housing. That causes a huge problem. Infrastructure needs to be at the top of every list. And when we do, we need to make sure we're applying any and all grants and the maximum that we can apply to because we need help with this. The second thing that I see, something you're going to hear everybody talk about, and that's housing. We just recent study, if we're not doing over 300 plus a year, we're losing even the population. This guy hit earlier, we're going to see a drop in population. That's not good because that affects all, and that is huge. Now, are we going to get those houses built now? No, we're already behind on that. So we've got all the stuff. We've got to do whatever is necessary to get to that spot, or not just up, but going. We are seeing other communities, or some Washington, Princeton, they're doing this, and we're not. Why? That is a huge problem for us. The third that we need to address, I know this is kind of all, but the quality of life. And when you say quality of life, what I mean by that is everybody's got a niche. Everybody's got something they like. We've got different groups and different interests, and we make sure that we have a community that supports those interests. There might not be that I enjoy, but I need people to support them. I need to get behind it. I need to make sure vocally, because we need to have different activities, different events, different things available for the community, a healthy, sustainable community, because it draws people, that gets people excited about that. One of the things that we did as a group, as a council, is told people we need more activities. So what do? We started writing those activity events. We took over some events where it's the first 5K, the bash, and taking over the parade, and then even simple things like Bell Bash, city and county, those things, and even a live the council wanted to do. We do things because that's what people want us to do, and be willing to where your mouth's at. If we want something, we got to do it. I mean, it's simple. Hey, these little trash. What do we do on weekends? We pick trash. So, look at the top three: infrastructure, side. That's in streets. That's housing, huge, and quality of life.
All right. You will be up for the next question. What did you do that we are currently not doing in the city of Vincennes? One thing you do that we are not doing in the city of Vincennes.
And kind of look at things, but we need to do things. If something we need to fix it immediately, and whether that's a piece of park, whether that's a light down, we do those things immediately. Some sit and look at complaints weeks on about something broken, something being fixed. That's a problem because people see those things, see the care we put into it. We can do that, and we need to the system to do that because people don't see the care of the city. Why should they? And that's problematic. When it comes to applying grants, we need to go maximum amount of money to those grants. We need to try. Specifically, I think community crossing. We need to go for the maximum amount of money for our streets. Our streets are in repair. We don't need to just settle. It drives me. We'll get to, or hey, that's okay right now. We need to do better, and we can do better. So when we talk about those things, and I think on again, communication, we have to get better. You can't just put it up. You can't just say it once. You have to continually convey your message, continually convey your story. So that is something that was constructed up. Great news that was taken. We have to talk about what's going on in this community.
Okay. Mr. Boger, same question. What would you do that we are currently not doing?
I would make sure I got contact with the citizens. We're not the people. We're not finding their issues. I want to find out their issues they want to take care of with the citizens we're doing, and go to all the events and make successful, make open door policy where go out and amongst us and talk to them and what they want done. We're not talking to them. We're just making decisions for ourselves and what the people. That's my first is to get the what they need. We need to work with people for.
Okay. Question, Mr. Bowler, first. When you're the citizens, you're for all the ones that voted for, the ones who didn't. How disputes, disagreement for those you agree with, ones you don't.
The magic of communication. You got to listen to both sides of the issue. You got to make judgments with. You got to use all that you get given to you. This for 30 years as a police officer. I've had a lot of disagreements, and I'm actually the only. Whenever I take jail, they shake my hand and tell me what I did, the way I treated them. I communicate with people. You got to find what they want. You got to listen, and that's what you really need to do.
Okay. Question to you, Salters. You handle disputes and disagreement for those you agree with and the ones you agree with.
Something that we, well, myself would have told is we disagree. I know that probably, but we know that we're not going to agree on 100% of the time. I'm going to agree with my 100% of the time. 100%. The thing that we have to say, that we will have disagreement. It's completely. We have to be respectful of each other and be willing to discuss with each other. Even if we don't agree, we need to be able to discuss, hey, this decision that I made, and this is why, and this is why I believe in this. And come back with, I don't agree with that. But we need to leave that meeting like, I might not, and that's okay. It's just important. Have to listen. And when I listen, actually and hearing what I have to say, and hear dispute from myself, somebody else's. We have a hard time doing that. We all have ideas of love and we want to. We have to be willing to listen to the other. Now, not change your. And again, it's completely okay. People have to know that you are willing to listen. You are not going out the door just because you agree. Some run into that, and that's not the thing, because what happens in situations, I'm talking to you know what's going on in the community. You cannot allow that to happen in the community.
Right. I'll ask a couple questions, but we agree that communication is very important to the position. Mr. This question starts with you. How do you work and communicate in city council?
Well, this is something that I think is extremely important because city council sometimes I think it's because they're a group and you're not one person, the sole. The thing is you be able to talk with your council almost daily. You got to keep them in the loop of what's happening, and you keep informed. Enough that you're in office or you're at these meetings, get information right away. Now, your council has their job. Right? Our council is a full-time. They are out working. You need to make sure part of your to keep informed because you need their support. Big things I would do, probably different than the mayor would do, is monthly I would each member of the council and listen. They say, hey, problems in my district, the concerns I see in my district, here are the great things that are happening in my district. That gives the opportunity to talk with me, but it gives the opportunity to listen to all the great things that are happening in my district. I can't be everywhere all the time, but the more and the more that you have, the better communication are. The more we see, the more we can fix and improve, and the better we our community. So, with the council, as a member of the council, knowing the importance of keeping council informed, I think would be one of my pursuits.
Mr. Roger, same to you. How about the council?
We're part of the team. What the council mayor's office The team that the city would be offended. There's not just, and I'm in the council. Council is important. Each precinct needs the people for them, and we together, not just take care of one person, single thing. Communication thing. To work, you got to communicate. Don't listen to what they're saying. Not going to listen to what they're saying. We need to communicate. Like I said again, I open door. Any of my councilmen in the top time they want. I'm a 24 hours to take and work.
Final question. I would ask that you use this question. Statement is start with favorite thing about things.
People. 1 year. Actually, 28. I've been a director. I've been these kids 8 years teaching them some drugs, how to say drugs, and I made friends doing the program. And we've got good kids in town. Got some good. My favorite city.
Okay, Salters. Same. What is your favorite about?
There's a lot of things. I mean, you see things, but the thing for me is family, and I think it's very unique here. My grandparents live here enough that my brothers are here. It means I get to see a nephew weekly. And there's not I can say that anymore. Look at that every like something that we're looking for. Does that mean that we're successful? 100%, of course not. But that's something to shoot for. And to me, my kids look at them and see them the same experience I had when I get a same festival events that I get to enjoy things. You get those moments, and it's special. And what we do is we have to do that. When you talk about things, we have to be a community that people get part of, that people look at. They special. I want to be a part too. In the end, it's family, my family, strong communities, and we strengthen this to do amazing things.
Thank you, Mr. Mr. Salters. Thank all of our tonight and all of the